Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about Kingdom Monera from the chapter Biological Classification. This video is meant for board as well as students appearing for competitive exams. At the end of each video, I will be giving a few practice questions. You can answer to that questions in the comment box and we will be discussing the answers in the next video. If you haven't watched the previous video, please click the I button above or check the description box. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe and click the bell icon to get notification of the coming up videos. So let's start. Kingdom Monera. In the previous part, we have discussed about 5 kingdom classification by Whitaker. He classified all the organisms under 5 kingdoms. Kingdom Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. And here Kingdom Monera. They are prokaryotic unicellular organisms. We know prokaryotic organisms are not having prominent nucleus or nuclear membrane. And unicellular organisms are having a single cell to perform all the body functions. So Kingdom Monera are prokaryotic unicellular. And bacteria are the sole members of the Kingdom Monera. And they are most abundant, that is, they are present everywhere. They also live in extreme habitats, that is, hot springs, snow, deserts, etc. And they are living as endoparasite, living inside the host, and sometimes they are causing diseases. Some bacteria are autotrophic and some others are heterotrophic. Bacteria are grouped under 4 categories based on their shapes. If they are spherical, we can call them cocci, rod-shaped bacillus, coma-shaped vibrio, and spiral-shaped spirilla. So, bacteria are grouped under different categories based on their shapes. Spherical, that is coccus, rod-shaped bacillus, coma-shaped vibrio, and spiral-shaped spirilla. Though the bacterial structure is very simple, they are very complex in behavior. As compared to many other organisms, bacteria as a group show the most extensive metabolic diversity. Next is Archaebacteria. Their cell wall is different from other bacteria. Why they are having a different type of cell wall? Because they are living in harsh habitats. So this cell wall is a feature that is responsible for their survival in extreme conditions. And if they are living in salty areas, we can call them as halophiles. And if they are present in hot springs, they are thermoacidophiles. And those who are in marshy areas, they are methanogens. So according to the habitat, we are having halophiles, they are present in salty areas, thermoacidophiles, they are present in hot springs, methanogens, they are present in marshy areas. And these methanogens are found in the gut of ruminants. What are ruminants? You must have seen the cattle. They will be chewing all the time because they are having a special stomach that is having 4 chambers which help the food particle to bring back to the mouth and they can chew it again. They are ruminants. And methanogens are found in the gut of these ruminants and they produce a gas that is methane. Here you can see the diagram of Archaebacteria. They are having a cell wall that is known as a capsule. Then numerous flagella are present. Next is Eubacteria. There are thousands of different eubacteria. We can call them as true bacteria. They are having a rigid cell wall with or without flagella. And if they are motile or they are moving, they are having a flagellum, and if they are non-motile, they are not having flagellum. And the cyanobacteria, also referred to as blue-green algae, they are having a special chlorophyll, that is chlorophyll A, which is similar to the green plants, and they are known as photosynthetic autotrophs, are coming under in this group. So cyanobacteria are having a chlorophyll, that is chlorophyll A, that is similar to green plants. So they are known as photosynthetic autotrophs. Here the structure of eubacteria, it is having cell wall, cell membrane, ribosome, then flagella, DNA, and some needle-like structures. They are known as pili. Let us see more about cyanobacteria. We said they are photosynthetic autotrophs because of the presence of chlorophyll A, that is similar to green plants. They are unicellular, colonial, or filamentous. Some are living as groups or colonies, so they are known as colonial forms, and others are filamentous. And these filamentous or colonial forms are having a gelatinous sheath. And these colonies are forming blooms in polluted water bodies. And some are having a heterocyst, that is the special cell you can see in the body, that is heterocyst or the filamentous body. Then this helps for the nitrogen fixation. Example, nostoc, anabina, oscillatoria, rivularia, and gliotrichia, etc. are having this heterocyst in their filamentous body. And most bacteria are heterotrophs and are useful and harmful both to humans. So some bacteria, that is chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria. The chemosynthetic, we know that it is synthesizing something related with chemical. So they are oxidizing various inorganic substances such as nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia. And they are releasing energy, that is for the ATP production. And they play a great role in recycling nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, and sulfur. Most of them are heterotrophic, we said, and some are helpful in making curd from milk, production of antibiotics, fixing nitrogen in the legumes of roots. Then their reproduction occurs by fission, also by primitive type of sexual reproduction, by transferring DNA piece from one bacterial cell, that bacterial cell is known as plus strain, to other, that is minus strain, and that process is called cell transduction, that is transferring a DNA piece from one strain to the other, that is known as what? Cell transduction. And these bacteria, sometimes they are causing some diseases even. Example, cholera, typhoid, tetanus, citrus canker. These are the diseases which are causing to human beings, crops, farm animals, and pets. Then mycoplasma. They are organisms that completely lack a cell wall. And they are the smallest living cells known and can survive without oxygen. Usually they will ask which is the smallest living cell known, that is mycoplasma. And they can survive without oxygen even. And many mycoplasma are pathogenic in plants and animals. So today we were discussing about kingdom Monera and different groups of bacteria. Eubacteria, Archaebacteria, and Cyanobacteria. Now let us see the answers of the practice questions 1. Two plants are said to be in the same species if they have same number of chromosomes, have similar metabolic processes, can reproduce freely with each other, belong to the same area. So species, we know their characters. So they can reproduce freely with each other. Second question. In five kingdom classification, unicellular green algae are included in the kingdom. Unicellular green algae. Protista, Monera, fungi, Archaebacteria. That is Monera. Next, biological classification was attempted instinctively. So that attempted instinctively, that term is important, to use organisms for our own use, to make scientific studies easy, to make connection between living and non-living, to use for research purpose. So to use organisms for our own use. After that, many scientific methods have implemented. So that is another biological classification. Next, single-celled eukaryotes are included in single-celled eukaryotes. Protista, fungi, Monera, eubacteria. Single-celled eukaryotes are included in Protista. Now, let's see today's practice questions. Cyanobacteria are kept in Monera and not in Plantae because they are prokaryotes. The cell wall of cyanobacteria has peptidoglycan. They can fix atmospheric nitrogen. So the correct explanation would be 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. Which of the following is not present in bacteria? Which of the following is not present in bacteria? RNA, cell wall, flagella, mitochondria. Identify the incorrect statement about bacteria. Bacteria groups show the most extensive metabolic diversity. Bacteria are the most abundant microorganisms. They are obligate intercellular parasites. Most of them are heterotrophs. Incorrect statement. Identify a character that is not unique to Archaebacteria. Cell wall structure, cell membrane structure, flagellin protein structure, fatty acid synthesis present. So that is not unique to Archaebacteria. Find out the answers. Please comment. We will be discussing the answers in the next class. So please subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching.